Hey guys, in this video I'm going to talk about how options are actually very similar to stocks in a lot of ways, and in particular with the way that I trade them. So here I have on my screen a stock, and you might be familiar enough to know that when you buy a stock, you hope the price goes up in value so that by the time you sell a stock, you've made a profit. And so you can kind of imagine here, this is the ticker AMD. The current price right now, it's $93.10. If I buy it for $93.10, I'm hoping the price goes up and that I can sell it for a profit. Well, in very basic terms with options, it's the same thing, in particular with the way that I trade them. And so, for example, here we have one. This is, the ticker symbol here. It looks crazy and confusing, and I'll talk a little bit about that in just a moment, but the bottom line is this is a ticker symbol for an option that I've highlighted here. It's PAN-W. So the underlying stock that this option is tied to is for PAN-W. And you actually don't really need to worry about the complicated aspects of options with the way that I trade them if you just want to follow my options trade. The key is just to understand that it is a tradable product here, and it has a bid and an ask just like a stock does, and it goes up in price or down in price just like a stock does. So I bought this particular one at $9.55 a contract, and I set a profit target up here around $14.85, and I set a stop loss somewhere down here at $1.61. So it's very similar to a stock. In fact, it's exactly like a stock in that way, in that I bought the option for a particular price and I'm hoping it goes up in value. I'm going to set a profit target just like I would with a stock. I'm going to set a stop loss just like I would with a stock. So it's exactly the same in that regard. It's just a different vehicle. It has a long, funky looking ticker symbol. But when I post trades, I say the exact ticker symbol to go look for it. So, it's not like you're going to have to do rocket science to figure out which option to trade or anything. That's the value of what I provide. And so as long as you kind of can comprehend that it's just a different vehicle, but it works like stocks, you hope that it goes up in value, and if it does, you can sell it for a higher price and make a profit. That's it. And so you can see on this particular one, it already has gone up in price from where I bought it, and now it's up here. One key difference is that with options contracts, they quote the price in terms of dollars per contract, but one contract represents 100 shares of stock. You don't really have to try to wrap your brain around how that works if you don't want to. The key is just to understand that any price you see here for options, the actual cost to you to buy one of those contracts is 100 times more. So for example, with these Cisco options that I bought here, this number here, $2.28, that's the price I paid. I paid $2.28 per contract. That means that to buy one contract, the actual cost out of my pocket was $228 because it's 100 times the price shown. And for this AMD one here, the last price is $8.48. If I sold that today, I would collect $848 because you multiply it times 100. So that's one of the key distinctions between stocks and options, is that with options, the prices are quoted in such a way you have to multiply it by 100 to actually determine what's the actual impact on my account as far as the purchasing power, or how much I get if I sell this. But other than that, those are the key things. There's all these other complicated aspects of options that you don't really need to know if you're following my trading strategy. The reason is because when I make trades, I buy specific options that minimize all the complicated stuff. There's things like, and I don't want to overwhelm anybody, but there's things like, the time value of options, the Greeks, theta, implied volatility. If you're following these options trades, you don't need to know anything about any of that. that's the work that I've already done, and I specifically have minimized the impact of those particular elements on the options that I pick. The key thing you need to know is just an option operates like a stock. The particular ones that I buy do, at least. You're hoping they go up in price. If you want to profit, you buy and sell them just like stocks. And you just need to know how to find the actual ticker symbol. How to find the actual option itself. So when I post a trade, you just have to learn how do you actually go simply perform that trade in your own trading platform. So I have a separate video that teaches how to do that. The main point of this video is just to demonstrate that options don't have to be that complicated, at least with this service and following the trades that I post. It's just a different vehicle for making trades, just like stocks are. So I hope that helps. If you have questions, you can always reach out to me. My email address is eric, ERIC, @mindfultrader.com.